Okay, hopefully stream is back. Um, hmm. Okay. Okay, I think let me just make sure here that stream is back. Okay, it is. Poggers. All right. So, we killed old fire demon whatever. Forgot his name already again. And then immediately after we killed him, my OBS froze. And then my OBS unfroze, but it had already killed the stream. So on my end, I was streaming, but on the YouTube end, I was not streaming. So I closed down the streaming on my end, shut down OBS, tried to restart OBS, and then my computer froze, and so I had to restart my computer. Nothing can go right today, or this week, or this month, or this year. So, let me pull up the tier list again, because I had to restart my whole computer. And I need to pull up the death counter again as well, because both of those things got closed as a result of restarting everything. Okay. And then make this full screen, and then bring it back to here. And then let's see here, browser. Okay, you should be able to see the tier list. Okay. So, first, High Lord Wolnir. I'm just going to say bad. I don't think it's quite what were they thinking. He looks cool. That's about all I got to say. That's better than I can say for Curse Rod of Greatwood. I think he's very similar to Curse Rod of Greatwood. I think Curse Rod of Greatwood is worse. But I don't think Wolnir is better enough to be up with a boss like, say, Four Kings or Covetous Demon. Although he's not that different from Covetous Demon, really, in terms of difficulty. And then the Old Demon King, I think this is a perfectly average boss. I think he's got some shit that's a little confusing and hard to see and annoying, but I don't think he's very hard. I think he's just a right down the middle, kind of reminds me of Flame Lurker, or like maybe the Rotten, or like a Giant Lord, sort of in those sort of vein. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Or even the Demon Fire Sage, which is what I was calling him the whole time before we fought him. Alright. There is that. Let's bring us back to Dark Souls 3. I didn't play anything since I was gone. Let me bring the game audio back. There it is. Okay. I will admit that's a little demoralizing for... Why are these... What do those symbols mean? I don't know. I don't know. And just to make sure that the death counter is still working. Indeed it is. Perfect. Okay. Let's level up.
Very well then taken.
Some more strength. We got 2 levels that time. Nice.
Farewell, Ashen Me.
But I will say, I'm about to yawn again. I don't know what is freaking happening, man. No idea why I'm yawning so much. I will say it's a little demoralizing for wanting to continue the stream as long as I was originally planning to, but we'll maybe go for another hour and a half or so, which is a little bit shorter than I would have liked, but I think that that's probably about where I'm feeling now, having done with that, so... now we get to come up here to one of my favorite areas in the game, Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. Oh, it's so beautiful. This whole area is so beautiful. And I love that you kind of go to pretty much everything you can see. Like that, this water, like lake down here is an area and everything, you know, which is cool. Now I think it would probably be smart. I'm trying to remember what he drops, but I'm pretty sure you want to try and kill the dog on the bridge dog. Dog with the bridge on him. Or I guess bridge with the dog on him. This place is just so beautiful. It does have some annoying enemies. Hello, dog. This is such a bloodborne-ass creature. The exposed ribcage and shit. Okay, the Estus didn't come out fast enough. That's unfortunate. We'll probably die to this thing a handful of times, I would guess. Yeah, the stream crashing like that really took the wind out of my sails, I gotta say. There's a big frost proc. Get some stamina back. Go for some more R1s. One more R1 should do the job, though R1 missed. I was correct that one more R1 would do the job. Pontiff's right eye is what we get. What does that do? I feel like I remember that being good. Boost attack as long as attacking persists. That is good, but not particularly on a great hammer. Now what was the other? We got this here. Up magic, lightning, fire, dark, and okay, so it's a damage absorption against all the elemental damage types. Okay. Yeah, that's much better on a dex build. Or I mean, there's fast attacking strength, but like if we did the Drang hammers, for example, that hit one after the other, that could be pretty good. This is a very Dark Souls 3-ass bonfire. But I think we've talked about Summer Games Fest announcements on stream already. I think. When was Summer Games? Was it a week ago? Was it the Friday after the stream? No, we did. We definitely talked about it because that's when they announced the Liza P DLC. So of course we talked about it. I'm very excited for RE9. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be on stream. It's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, these enemies are something, alright. Please, just let me hit you one time. And not have an attack that's faster than my get-up animation and the Estus. Yeah, okay. This area's gonna be tough with a weapon that's this slow. For sure. Gonna be real tough. We may need to get some use out of Endure here. So that we can even hit these guys. Pretty extraordinarily annoying. But that's this area, so. Nothing like following up. This is one of my favorite areas in the game with this area is extremely annoying. Please, I just want my freaking souls, man. I'm begging you here. How in the hell did that hit me? Okay. Wonder where Dancer got it from. Okay, but if I get my grubby little hands on you, you don't have the poise to handle it. I just gotta get my grubby little mitts over on him. So I can hit him with a big hammer. Okay. Awesome. Are you kidding me? 2 R1s didn't kill that time? Does Dark Souls 3 have damage rolls? I have no idea. It's a bad start. It was a bad start to this area. We gotta deal with these ladies the whole time, so... Just gotta get used to it. I just want to parry them like I'm playing Lies of P so badly. Okay, why did my second R1 not kill that time? Maybe there's counter damage in this game? But I thought counter damage after Dark Souls 2 was only on piercing weapons, but maybe I'm mistaken. Awesome. Sick shank, man. I love shanking off walls. Okay. Alright, it would definitely be nice to get another level in a stat or something so that we can go from almost two-shotting to actually two-shotting. Or get more Titanite scales. Although I don't know where to find them. Alas, nothing. Right. Puppet string would go so hard. Okay. It's not what I thought he was doing. But I didn't remember what his attacks were, so... I thought he was gonna, like, command them to attack or something, and then that's not what happened. Okay, now. Okay. No poise, though. No poise. This is a nice triple kill. Blue Moss Clump. This area is gorgeous, though, for what it's worth. Nightmare that some of the enemies here may be. You can't deny that this place is beautiful. I don't know, I'm trying to think if I had more... My main topic really was that one I got out in the first 20 minutes. Oh, come on, dude. But Lies of P is awesome. I like that game a lot. I'm having a lot of fun playing more of it again. Why did I go for an R2? Stop. Please stop running every time I R1. Thank you. Oh, I don't have stam. One more. There we go. That was lucky. Left or right? I think we go left. There's a... with the lizard. Yes, dude. More Twinkling Titanite. Let's go. Oh, shit. It was an illusion. Illusory railing, I suppose. I really remember nothing about this game. I'll be honest. I got nothing. Who is making that noise? That's unfortunate. I'm gonna die here. No, I'm not. Yes, dude, Doris is gnawing. Who else up gnawing on the shit? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, chat. I've actually lost it. I like suddenly like all of my energy got drained from me at once, okay? Cut me some slack. Let me vibe out to Dark Souls 3 and dissociate for a little bit, okay? Sorry, I don't have more profound conversation topics for today. I've spent the last week reading philosophy, and I don't think. I mean, who? I mean, I could start yapping about philosophy if that's what the stream needs for me to be all here. Start talking about the Chinese room, or the what is it? I don't know what the name of it is, but the what Mary doesn't know example in the black and white room. Functionalist states of the mind, whether or not brain states are real. It's a whole bunch of shit, man. Bonfire lit? Rest of that shit? Now I know we could just go straight to Pontiff. What a wonderful pair of messages. Liar ahead, immediately followed by an illusion ahead. Cause I remember, isn't there like there's a way you can open like a shortcut or something to Pontiff, but I don't remember if that involves going through the whole lake. But I know you go through the whole lake to get, there's a Siegvard is there. And there's the Pontiff rune. Siegvard is there, and also, I think, don't you get, like, Smo's stuff over there, too? I forget if there's anything else over there, but there's stuff over there to do. And we'll probably go do it. Yeah, this is the shortcut. I don't remember how you get to the other side of it, though. TBH. Okay, I thought I strafed it. Clearly I didn't, but, you know, I thought I did. And really, that should be what counts, if you ask me, in this instance. Is this an illusory wall? Sure is. There's a lot of illusory walls in this game. We putting that shit everywhere. How do we even get to that item? Oh, we dropped from up there. Okay. Now, I guess I don't remember. Okay, that's where the other guy was. What's over here? Some bushes. That seems to be it. Some greenery. And then up here is the door that doesn't open from this side. So I guess maybe we do need to go into the other area, and I'm misremembering what is and isn't optional for like the 30th time in this playthrough. Sorry, I needed to take a swig of water, chat. You understand, I'm sure. You gotta stay hydrated. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of philosophy this week. I don't know. It's hard to make that into an interesting topic for a Dark Souls 3 stream. I can't really, you know, it's difficult to connect the philosophy of mind to that. But it's interesting the way that all the different things, you know, piece and tie together, especially with, like, earlier in the year, I was doing a lot of research on the computer metaphor for the mind that likens the mind to a computer. which is an incredibly prevalent
Farewell.
analogy for good reasons and for bad reasons. And there's a lot of the pieces in the philosophy of mind discussion that I think ties back to that, and I wish I had read all these papers and all this philosophy stuff before I did all that with that paper and that presentation, because I think it would have been even better. But just like, I don't know, it's fascinating, and seeing how it connects to like all the other things we've been discussing throughout the semester with like the way that you think about how concepts are formed in the mind and the way you think about how the mind works and like what the mind is, whether or not there is a mind, all these things all interlace and interact with each other. And like on the surface, it seems so disconnected, and then you start to get into the weeds of it all, and it starts to connect. And that's when I think that the learning stuff starts to get fun, is when you start connecting things you're learning to other things you've learned or other things you're learning. And then learning becomes a cool cycle of cool stuff. Because learning's awesome, Chad. If you don't like learning, you need to go learn some stuff. Trust me, you'll appreciate me for it. Even if it's something like mundane, like it doesn't have to be something profound like, philosophy of mind, which is even a little dry for me sometimes. But just learning things about the world is fascinating. Speaking of, here's a topic. Sorry, I need to. Here we go. Okay. Speaking of, I saw this morning, and take this with a grain of salt, because it's not peer reviewed. But I did see this morning, and by they I mean there was a MIT study released about potential effects on cognitive ability and brain connections as a result of dependency on LLMs such as ChatGPT. And I think at some point in the stream, I'm sure when I was doing the thing, apparently there have been 63 videos on the channel, which includes the uploads, the two uploads of the Nintendo Direct React. So like 61 streams, this being 62 now that we've reset the stream to fix it. I'm sure at some point I've talked about my distaste and hatred for generative AI. So, just be forewarned that I'm not going to be positive about it. But I think it's kind of obvious, or at least to me it feels obvious, that there's some negative effects of using AI. But basically what the study was doing, and the reason why I say take this with a grain of salt, is that the study at the moment is not peer-reviewed. However, it is extraordinarily exhaustive. I didn't read all of it because it's over 100 pages. I did read the abstract, I read the discussion, I read the conclusion, I read the important stuff. I mean, not to say that results are not important stuff, but when you just woken up and it's 9 a.m. and you're looking at a small phone screen with tiny text is really not the time to try and understand EEG results, is more so what I'm getting at. And also, I personally am not super familiar with EEG or how to read its results, so like looking at EEG result tables and shit would probably not mean a ton to me, compared to somebody who's a little more familiar with it. But basically, what they did in the study was they took a group of people and they had them write essays on like broad topics. I don't know all the topics off the top of my head. I think there was one that was like there was like justice, I think. There was like fortune. I don't remember what they all were. Those are probably not even correct, but there was different things. And they had three groups. It was brain, search engine, and LLM groups. So they had three different groups who wrote the essays, and they had to write. The only things they had to support them were either nothing for the brain group. They just had to do it off their own dome. Search engine group who could use search engines to like Google stuff, basically. Is that gonna kill me? Oh, okay. We should just gone down the ladder. I wasn't really thinking about it. And then a group that could use an LLM such as GPT for the essay writing. And then they did like EEG analysis of them while they were writing the essays. They did multiple trials. I think they did like 3 phases, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And then there was a 4th phase at the end where they swapped them. So like the people who were not using LLMs were made to use LLMs, and then the people who weren't using LLMs were made to not use them. And they found that people using the LLMs as time went on, like as each phase went, started to have less and less connectivity in their brain, less and less activation in their brain when writing the essays. Basically becoming less and less intelligent, relying less and less on their own ability to think, becoming less and less concerned with thinking at all. Meanwhile, the other, well, I guess the computer group was, the search engine group was similar, not as bad, and then the brain group got progressively better, and the LLM group struggled with the brain phase, the final phase, the brain phase. They had like difficulties, whereas the computer group had less struggles with the not the computer group. The brain group had less struggles with the LLM thing. And it's really fascinating seeing like actual like EEG brain data evidence that's like, hey, relying on the LLMs causes you to stop thinking. And stop like critically engaging and using your brain. And I, for one, think that's terrible, personally. I guess controversial opinion in this day and age. I think that not relying on your brain sucks and is bad, and the way that the technology has been developed such that we can, like, the technology itself is already evil and nasty, and I hate it. But then the fact that on top of it being evil, nasty, and I hate it, that it also happens to be like so bad for your thinking and your brain and shit. I just hate it. I can't, like, there's no part of me that can be empathetic for the use of LLMs, truly and genuinely. And obviously, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I didn't read all the data, so there's a chance the data is not good and it's bad data. That can happen. There's a chance that the data is noticeably different but is not statistically significant. And there is questions of whether or not statistical significance really matters that much, especially in something like this. But as they mention in their own limitations that like these could be problems. And like also there's the issue of the question of, I just can't tell which one's, okay, it wouldn't even let me lock on. He was real. But I think the biggest thing, the takeaway for me, I guess the takeaway that they had, from my understanding, is the general idea is they put it out prior to being peer reviewed, just to get people talking about the potential that this could be the case, to try and maybe see if we can start getting people on longitudinal studies. Like, really the big deal at the moment is that it's such a new technology, and now we have like at least a tiny bit of evidence to say that maybe this shit is bad for your brains and stuff. And so, as sort of a consequence and as a follow-up of that being such, we need to do like longitudinal studies on this to really make sure, because like as useful as doing a 3-phase test thing can be, it is not going to produce the same consistent results that a longitudinal study would be. But then also you have to, you know, a question gets raised from it, right? That like, if it actually is bad and this evidence is good, like if the peer review goes through and this shit is bad and we need to not be doing this, especially in education and early education, where it's becoming more and more prevalent, then like, can you even make an ethical case for doing a longitudinal study? Because you can't just, I mean, if you do a longitudinal study, what are you going to do? You're just going to say like, okay, we're going to designate this group as an LLM group, and then for the rest of their education life, they need to use an LLM to write every essay they have, even though we have evidence to suggest that that weakens their brain connections and ability to think critically. Like, I don't, to me, that is an unethical thing to do. I don't think you could make a case for that to be an ethical research direction, even if it's something that we kind of need to do to find, even if it's the only way that we could really find out whether or not using these LLMs is truly as bad as it seems, is to do a longitudinal study like this. And maybe we can just sort of do it incidentally by having people who are committed to doing this anyway, and that are committed to cheating and not thinking and not learning and not anything. Estes soup. Yum yum. I don't know why Siegvard is not here. You bastard. Woman, can I? This is a poor note. Terrible note. Okay. Yeah, and then in here is Anne Orlando. And there's the picture of Guinevere and the Black Knight, and then around the corner I think is the Smo stuff. I also, aren't there, isn't there yeah, there is, you sly motherfucker. I know you're up there. Anyways, moral of the story is I hate AI, but I think it's interesting to critically engage with the research that's going on. Because, like, I mean, and here's my other case, and you know what? Stay woke, folks. But, like, if it is true, and this is the case, which I believe it to be, because it seems that way to me, I think the reason why you're seeing AI and shit pushed so hard by government and big tech companies and all that shit is because of exactly what this research is showing. They want you to be stupid. They want you to not think. They want you to not engage critically with the things you read and the thing and write things and be smart. They don't want you to think, you know? Because the more you think, the harder it becomes for them to control you. Okay. Well, shame that charged heavy missed, huh? But like and so that's sort of where the AI comes in, man. Is that they like it can be marketed as a tool to say, hey, if you use this and you do this, it will make you can use it to cheat and you can get away and through school easier. And everybody hates school. School is so tough. And they're those darn teachers, they're always on your case, aren't they? You know? What if you got back at them and you didn't have to think at all? And then, you know, you pitch that idea, and impressionable youth who do hate school because they don't realize the value of it yet will buy into that, especially at a young age, and then that will effectively breed generations upon generations that cannot think critically for themselves. And then suddenly you have situations like what's going on right now in the real world at the moment, currently, like not even in a hypothetical, where you have people like championing and voting for and committing to political leaders and ideologies that openly lie and don't care about them, but they've not been taught to think critically. They've been taught to do blind faith in things that they can't know and not be taught a way to try and know things. And I think that that's a deeply sad future that we're sort of moving into. And you see it with like the spread of like anti-intellectualism and even like something as mundane as like fandom debate, right? I mean, I've been pretty entrenched in One Piece for a little while now. And you see a lot of people that try and like argue that, you know, One Piece is not a political story, right? And that's exactly where this kind of thing comes from. And like, sure, something like maybe One Piece or I don't know, Evangelion or Code Geass or Gurren Lagann or fucking Fullmetal Alchemist, maybe you can oh, these guys don't respawn. That's poggers. Um, like sure, maybe construing these and having anti-intellectualism about these is not so big of a deal. But I think it's a symptom of a greater problem. I don't know how I got on this rant, by the way. I hope you've enjoyed me yapping about this. Because this shit means something. This is so much more real than a silly Dark Souls stream, like genuinely. I know I'm preaching to my 0 concurrent viewers right now, but like I don't know, maybe there's a world where even part of this is me thinking out loud for myself, right? But I mean, there's real shit, It's like this is real shit to think about. Anyways, moral of the story is, outside of, don't trust our evil, corrupt government in the United States, is to think for yourself, read stuff, even if it's silly stuff, just read. Commit to learning. Learn stuff because you want to learn stuff, not because somebody told you that you should believe something. Commit to learning things because you want to learn them, because you want to improve yourself, because you want to be someone, Because that's what life's all about. So, find a book that you want to read. Play Ace Attorney, play a visual novel. Watch an anime and think about it critically. Read One Piece and then go to our other channel and watch our videos and then like them and then subscribe. Like, I don't know, I genuinely, this is so real. So, I guess that's, my throat is starting to get really tired. I don't usually yap this much on these streams, holy shit. I'm not used to talking this much because I haven't been able to do, discussion videos for the other channel in, I checked actually yesterday, as I was checking since I thought we had got I thought our subscriber count went up. I don't think it actually did. I just forgot that it was, what is it, 14 right now, I think, on the other channel? I thought it was 13, and then I saw that it was at 14. I was like, oh. And then as a result, I discovered that it's been 4 weeks since the Xenoblade discussion, the first Xenoblade discussion, which is extraordinarily disheartening, but it's postponed until I'm back in the States, which is in a couple weeks, or I guess a little over a week now. So hopefully soon, but man, I'm just so worried now that we've, at the start of this whole thing, had this huge delay that now Misfit is just not gonna click with it and he's not gonna enjoy it, and I'm anxious about it because I love Xenoblade as a story and I love sharing it with him, and I was so excited about it, and the first discussion was so fun and the first stream was so fun, and he seems like he's enjoying it, but I'm just worried, because like I want my friend who I love and cherish and care about to also like want to engage and do stuff with me and be fun and have fun together, And then I guess, I don't know, it's less that maybe, and it's more so that like this is like one of 4 or 5 different things with friends that I've planned. I mentioned this in the last Dark Souls series stream. One of like 3 or 4 things that I've planned with friends over the last month or so that have all been canceled. And like obviously I understand, as a critically rationally thinking person who understands my friends and loves them, that like they don't hate me. But when like 4 or 5 different people all cancel on you at the same time, it sort of starts to be, you start to get, you're inevitably, no matter how stable you are, I think, maybe I'm just speaking out of my ass because I'm not stable, maybe, you start to question, you start to go, okay, well, what's the common denominator between all of these plans that have gotten canceled? Oh, me. I'm the person getting canceled on, and so maybe everybody hates me. But maybe my self-worth is just real low because I've been sort of isolated here at the end of the semester. I don't know. And I know I say that I don't put much stock in the viewers, which is true. I don't. But when your self-esteem is already low, the 0 viewers don't make you feel better about it. Is more so what I'm saying. It's not that I care about the viewers normally, but when my self-esteem is already low, it makes me a little sad that there's nobody. But we'll get there, you know? You know, we'll get to the other side of hardship and heartache, you know. But this has been a long fucking year. I've been saying we're gonna get to the end of hardship and heartache for 6 months, and it keeps not happening. So you know, maybe next month's file. Maybe when Legiacris comes out. I don't know. It's tough, right? It's tough. I don't want to drop down there because we haven't gotten the shortcut yet. Ah, beautiful shortcut. Go you. I don't know where the other guy went. Let's not go to Pontiff. Obviously, we're not going to go to Pontiff right now with 4 flasks. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Greatly boost miracles. That was worth it. I definitely needed that. Anyways, let's go back the other way to find out what was over there, and then we'll... Okay. I didn't drink more water. That was just like 30 straight minutes of me talking. It's not normal. Not normal for me, anyway. I hope the weirdly philosophical Dark Souls 3 stream has not been off-putting to you, viewer. Whoever you are out there. If anything, I hope it has been the opposite of off-putting and has been cool and awesome and you liked it. Because if that's the case, then I should be doing more of it. Because I enjoy that. And it's kind of a little more me than... Oh, this is the same spot. Okay, what is the point of that elevator then? That seems so pointless. Okay, but we're not done exploring. We're not quite ready to go to Pontiff yet. There's still one more thing we need to do, and then we can go to Pontiff. Yeah. I am so tired.
Very well, then taken.
Alright, 2 points in his strength. Well, now what do we level? Maybe we do... endurance for some stam? I don't know what the soft and hard cap is for stam in Dark Souls 3. Let me look at the caps in Dark Souls 3 real quick. I think I did this last stream, but that was a week ago. Soft caps, let's see here. Vigor is 50. Endurance is 40. I guess these are the hard caps. Vitality is 40. Strength and Dex is 40. So I guess we don't really need to level strength for a while. Because 30 two-handing puts us at 45. 40 is the first soft cap and 60 is the second. Okay, so it seems like 50 vigor, 40 endurance. I think we could use a little more stamina, so let's maybe go to like 25 endurance, and then maybe go to like 35 vigor.
Farewell, I
But our
shall
health
go.
bar feels real big. I feel like right now I just want more swings with my hammer and still be able to roll or roll and then still swing. Hmm, my voice. Do we have one? Oh shit. Okay, well that's good. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, well there's one more thing down here that I want to go do, and then we'll go fight Pont. And then I don't know how much further past Pontiff will go. But, like, it's weird, because, like, I'm not... It's not that I'm not in the mood to play Dark Souls 3, although that is sort of the case, because I just want to play more Lies of P, because it's so much fun. Um, it's more so that I'm just not in the mood to, like, stream Dark Souls 3, but I've already committed to this whole Souls journey thing. And sure, maybe if I'm not having fun, I shouldn't be doing it, although I am having fun. But, the big thing is that I just really want to play Expedition 33. The longer I have waited, the more that I want to play it. And Dark Souls 3 is the only commitment standing in that way. And I feel like it would be a shame to Dark Souls 3 to have started it and then taken an immediate break to play Lies of P, and then coming back from that break to then take an immediate another break because I needed some time to prepare for an exam, to then immediately take another break to play Expedition 33 instead. And, like, I don't want to do that to Dark Souls 3. That feels mean to a game that I do quite like. But Dark Souls 3 is not all that long. Although it does have 2 DLCs. So really, I think the big thing is, even though I'm not, like... I don't even know if I'm in the mood yet to really stream Expedition 33. I'm just sort of like... I guess I'm just tired. I think what I really need is to get out of my room and see people and hang out with friends, like, in person, face to face. But everybody has either already left for the semester or is busy all the time. So I suppose, I don't know what to say. Although I may be out of town for the weekend, so fair warning, there may be no Dark Souls streams for the weekend. But also, I don't know when else I'm gonna do Adele. If not this weekend. I don't know, it's a complicated... Shit's complicated, man. Shit's complicated. But I really want to play Expedition 33 because YouTube has started recommending me not even, like, video essays or anything like that. Irithyll Dungeon. I kind of don't want to deal with this area right now. So let's come back to Irithyll Dungeon later. Now that we've got access to it. Faram Helm! It's the Faram armor! Dark Souls 2 reference! Holy shit! Excuse me. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. It was like a sort of hiccup. I don't know. Alright, let's go see how Pontiff's gonna be. First time I fought Pontiff, I absolutely adored him. One of my favorite bosses of all time. Second time I fought Pontiff, I beat him first try, and I was sad because he was over so quickly. However, I was using a much stronger weapon than this one. Not that this weapon's bad. And also a much faster weapon than this one. Also, this boss is like my favorite song ever in Dark Souls 3, so I might just turn up the music and not talk. Oh, we're dead. Yep. I will admit, I do not remember how to fight Pontiff at all. In any way, shape, or form do I remember how to fight Pontiff. Whatsoever. I don't remember, like, any of his moves at this point. The only thing I remember about Pontiff is that, when he's summoning his stand, you can kind of beat the shit out of him. Because he can't do anything about it. And he doesn't, at least when I fought him last time, he didn't really seem to take reduced damage either. So we'll see how this goes. Pontiff might be a first wall for us in this game. But I'm totally fine with that because I like Pontiff, so. And could we maybe try to learn to parry him? You all saw how Gwen went. I'm not doing that. Oh, it's a shame that second R1 whiffed. Okay, that was a little more delayed than his other attacks. Oh, I buffed it, dude. I buffed it. Why did I roll back? Never roll back. Never roll back ever in any game ever. It always gets you hit. Always gets you hit. Camera's fucking me up a little bit, but I don't think I really want to do Pontiff Unlocked, so we're just gonna live with it. But maybe Unlocked is the way for Pontiff, I don't know. That felt a little better. Getting used to his timings a little bit. It's a boss that would be fun to parry as if this was Liza P. Alright, I'm just gonna try and shut up. Also, the hammer doesn't help with not being able to see shit. Oh, that R1 missed? That sucks, dude. Okay, I didn't remember that having a hitbox on it like that. Can't wail on him. Don't kick! Oh, what are you doing? You think I wanted to kick? Are you crazy? That's... the explosion is more delayed than it looks. Wow, I managed to fail rolling both of those, because I suck. Okay, they're desynced. That's cringe. Okay, they're undesynced. They got desynced there for a second, and I thought I was gonna have to deal with something else. I can't see. It's a greedy R1. The stand is one hit away from death. How did none of those hits hit the stand? Dude, it's over so fast, man. Ah, oh, God, I love this boss, dude. He's so fucking cool. I didn't want to point down. That's disrespectful to you, Goat. I didn't mean it, Pontiff. Where's, let's point up instead. That's a bit more respectful. I guess. I don't know. I love Pontiff so much. He's so cool. Pontiff is so cool. Although I don't think that I can put him in Holy Peak because I don't know if he's quite that good, but oh, I love him so much. I love him so much.
Welcome. Very then taken.
I love him so much. Why is it always over so quickly, man?
One.
Why is Dark Souls 3 so easy? It's the easiest game ever made. What the hell? Alright, let's go to the tier list, shall we? Tier list time. Where is Pontiff Sullivan? There he is. That's not where he goes. What were they thinking, making a boss this good? Okay. I think Pontiff goes here. Very similar to Dark Lurker, I think. Obviously, like the splitting thing. I mean, he's so good, though. Is he... I don't think he's Holy Peaked here. He doesn't have a cutscene. He doesn't have a cutscene. I love the music. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's not as in your face as something like Vort, but I just really love it. I don't know. I think he's my favorite boss in this tier, but I don't think he's quite good enough to make it into Holy Peak. I think the only thing that's wanting me to put him here is that I'm so biased because I love Pontiff Sullivan. Because Pontiff Sullivan is the boss that made me start liking Dark Souls 3. Because when I played it for the first time, I wasn't really into it that much, and then Pontiff sold me on it. So I love Pontiff. I'm very biased towards Pontiff. I don't think he deserves to go up here. When I think of other bosses that are gonna go up here, even things like Artorias and Burnt Ivory King feel a little too high, and I think they're better than Pontiff. So I don't think I can put Pontiff there. Also, if I had you know, obviously the Lies of P. Also, there's still no Night Rain bosses. If the Lies of P bosses were on here, the new DLC final boss would be up here. He'd be up here in the share on Twitter tier. That boss is so fucking good. I absolutely adore that boss. Anyways, what do you guys think the chances are that we get invaded outside of Pontiff's boss room? Very high? I think it's pretty extraordinarily high. Because I know that this is like the PvP hub, but also isn't there like a actual PvP matchmaking thing they added in like the Ring City or something? So maybe people go there instead? Sorry, I need more water. My throat is getting dry. I I don't know. I maybe that shows you how tired I am. That shit's funny. I'm sorry. That shit's real funny. Oh, do I need to kill the crystal lizards? There's one. I need the Twinkling Titanite I'm not going to use for the whole playthrough. You don't understand. It's crucial. Hold. Alright, we appear to have been not invaded. This is unexpected. One of these guys gets up, by the way. I don't remember which one, though. But one of these guys gets up. Okay, not nice of you. Have you considered that it's rude to shoot fireballs at people? Can we get more not being shot at by fireballs, like right over here, maybe? Okay, this is not a real person NPC. I wonder if this has something to do with Dark Souls 2, this section here. Because these guys are wearing the Drang armor, which is for Drang Lake, and that guy's using the Drang hammers for Drang Lake. Spooky ghosts in Drang Lake Castle. Also, their weapons are purple. I wish my weapon was purple, instead of having this stupid frost effect on the end of it. Although that does remind me, Smo's hammer is also a really good great hammer. Might be... might... Okay, maybe Smo's Great Hammer is even worse for visibility. What are you talking about? But it's also a very strong weapon, just like the hammer is, or like the Vort Great Hammer is. I think it does more damage, but it doesn't have the frostbite. And also, having now tested, it's also like 70 times heavier. So. Could this be a hidden path? I don't think so. Oh, what the? Never mind. Wait, is this where the, isn't there another dog down here? Now that's a fucking ladder, baby. Yes, there is another dog down here. Correction, there's dogs down here. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can't just fight one of you. Okay, a little bit closer. Come here, boy. That is just an attack the Golden Hippo has. It's just the same animation. I love you, From Software. Please let me heal. Please let me heal. You stinky dog. You stinky dog with an exposed ribcage. I think you get like a ring down here. Or something. If I remember correctly. Okay, we just gotta kill one more dog. I can't remember if that guy in the corner aggroes, so I don't want to... I rolled that. I would like to disagree. Okay, come on now. I'm dead. That sucks. That's all I get for trying to heal instead of just dodging and then healing afterwards. But I don't know if the other dog respawns. Or if the two guys we killed respawn either. But now we're not going to get invaded out here. Spooky ghosts in Drang Lake Castle. I don't know if the guys wielding the Drang hammers and the Drang twin spears come back. Looks like they don't. Oh, there's the big guy that gets up. I knew there was one that got up. Alright, back down here we go. Hopefully the dog does not respawn, the one that we killed. But there's also a world where it's like a situation where you have to kill both of them. Okay, no, the other one didn't respawn. And once you kill both, they don't respawn. A la like the whales from that one Bloodborne area where you get the Rikuyo. Or something else, I'm sure. I don't think in any world I would have predicted that these dogs could breathe lightning. Really? I didn't think the next hit would kill me. I thought I could tank it and then hit him. Guess I should have just rolled. That's on me. These dogs are much more annoying with a slow weapon than with a fast weapon. Can't believe we're gonna die to these dogs more times than Pontiff Sullivan. What a nightmare. Get to beat a fun, well-designed, awesome boss in 2 tries and then die multiple times to dog that barfs lightning on you. Because I keep getting greedy and my weapon is too slow. What a sad, sad world we live in, huh? Where is the justice? When the guilty all go free. Mop and lock away the key. Shoutouts to the Death Note musical. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. There's like a... I don't know what you would call it. I guess it's like a... There's a term for it in musical theater. Like a proof of concept album, basically, of the English version of the Death Note musical. Shit bangs. You should go listen to it if you've never... If you've you know, I guess if you've watched Death Note or read Death Note, but you've never seen anything about the musical, it's got some bangers in there. All of the Light, Yagami, and L duets are absolute gas. I don't think it's the best song from the album, or from the musical, but Checkmate is my favorite. I think that things like Where is the Justice, Hurricane especially, are better. It's just the Ring of Favor in this game. It's not the FAP ring anymore. Okay, I'm also realizing that Flynn's ring is not the thing that I thought it was. We should put the FAP ring on instead of the Flynn's ring. I don't know if it's that good here, but it's something. Also, we get a bonfire? I don't know why I said it like that. I was gonna say something funny at the end. I was gonna call it like a bonfiribulus or something. I don't know. And then I just like... I couldn't think of anything funny to say as I was saying bon, and then I panicked. Let's pray to Archdemon McDonald. He's a covenant. Okay. Sure, man. At least we got the FAP ring, huh? It's the Ring of Favor! It's the Ring of Favor! Not the FAP ring, it's the Ring of Favor! Not my fault they called it Favor and Protection in Dark Souls 1, alright? Not my fault. They didn't want it to be called the FAP ring, they shouldn't have made it an abbreviation like that.
Very then taken.
25 endurance.
Farewell, Ashen.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Great let iron.
Cool, you selling anything neat? Not really.
Ashen
We don't have any more. We only have the 1 scale. I think we need, what, 3 to level up again?
That is good, wasn't he?
Well match. We need, where does it say? 4! Smoke's Great Hammer needs Twinkling Titanite. Could be potentially easier to upgrade. We need more souls, though. Huh.
Pretty be careful.
Gives us something to maybe use our Twinkling Titanite on. We could try out Smoke's Hammer. Even if I can't see shit when I have it out. Might do some serious damage, at least. I guess we can just go back to the water reserve? Although I wonder if climbing that ladder is going to be slower than just walking back, but climbing the ladder is more fun, which is more important. You join in and the first thing you hear is fapping. Oh, man. What a strange stream this has been, huh? What a strange stream this has been. I spend an hour by myself and I yap about philosophy and generative AI and critical thinking skills, and then I finally have a chatter show up, and the thing I'm talking about is the FAP ring. Incredible. Truly, truly nothing has ever encapsulated this stream better than that moment right there. Welcome in, Cody. We just got the Ring of Favor, not the Ring of Favor and Protection in this game. In this game, it's just the ring and not the FAP ring. But you know, it's the thought that counts, really. Well, you missed out. So far today we've had we killed Wolnir, and then we killed the old Demon King. Oh shit, we're in Anne Orlando again? Actually, wait, is this legit? This might even legit be close to Anne Orlando. I forget when you go to, what is his name? No. Is it Aldrich? Aldrich is the one that's in, Anne Orlando, right? I think. Deacon Skirt, yes! Finally! Just got this arrow stuck up my ass. Okay, it's gone now. Section's a little reminiscent of Raya Lucaria, isn't it? Does the game suddenly sound to me? I think I know why the game sounds louder. It's because I turned the audio up in my own ear to listen to Pontiff's theme. That's why it's louder. Anyways, we killed those guys. We killed Pontiff in 2 tries, which made me sad because I wanted to fight him for longer. And now we're here. So welcome in. Also, we had Aldrich more like old bitch. Am I right? So true. Imagine if Rain of Arrows was as good as Aldrich's version of it. I don't remember this, like, what is in this area at all. Like, if there's anything worth going to pick up. But also we did an area today that I didn't even remember existing, and I got a Estus shard out of it, so it's probably worth exploring. Talked a little bit of Lies of P at the beginning. Also, we had a crazy technical issue about an hour into the stream. You'll see it when you check out the VOD, or I guess VODs plural as a result. About like 20 seconds, maybe less, after we killed the old Demon King, my OBS froze, which caused the stream to go down. But then it never said, on my end, I was still streaming. But then on YouTube's end, the stream had ended on account of the whole, you know, OBS freezing. Guess this is kind of a shortcut. Also, this is Godskin Noble in Volcano Manor. It's crazy how Elden Ring, as I'm playing through these Souls games again, Elden Ring is just a patchwork of every single Souls game. Every little corner of Elden Ring has a different flavor of a different place. It's actually ridiculous. And even then, sure, that place in Volcano Manor is this place right here. But this place right here is, I mean, not literally because we get there later, but it's the Ornstein and Smo boss room with the same, like, elevator thing. Anyways, OBS crashed, stream froze. I said all this at the start of the VOD, but now that you're here, I can yap. Stream froze, stream went down. OBS unfroze, said I was streaming on my end, but not on YouTube, because YouTube had already closed, like, turned the stream off. So I had to restart OBS. Did you see that? Or am I crazy? He had, like, it looked like his teeth were, like, visible before the chest fully loaded in. That almost killed me from, like, full health. Compared to the other one, that did a lot less, or a lot more damage than the other one that grabbed me. Man, mimics are so much harder when you can't kill them before they get up, like you can in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. crazy what giving them a health bar actually does to making these guys kind of threatening. Not that they're not threatening in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, it's just like they die before they become threatening. Golden Ritual Spear. So I had to restart everything. So I closed OBS, tried to reopen OBS, and then in the process of trying to reopen OBS, my computer froze. So then I had to restart my computer. And then I was able to start stream again. So it was a real nightmare. Fortunately, the stream still got the old Demon King kill, so we didn't miss out on the end of that fight from OBS like breaking, but we were very close. How far are you in Liza P, by the way? You'll be able to stick around very long today? That's fine. Stream's not going to go on for much longer today. Because we've already been streaming for 2 hours, 15 minutes about. And the tech issue really took the wind out of my sails. And then after the tech issue took the wind out of my sails, I spent 30 minutes yapping about philosophy of mind and research and generative AI study from MIT. And it kind of killed my voice a little bit. Which maybe is not coming through with how much I'm yapping right now, but it's true. Oh, nice poise, idiot. Ow. Well, that's what I get, I guess, for calling him an idiot. How far? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna ask, how far are you in Liza P, by the way? I think you had mentioned, you said that the duo boss was brutal, so I'm guessing you've beaten Markiona? At least? A little bit of the amusement park. I like the amusement park. I wish the amusement park area was longer, to be honest with you. What did you think about Markiona? I think she's really interesting as a duo boss. I think, once again, the Liza P devs continue to impress me, and they have managed to make maybe the first, like, truly interesting duo boss since ONS. Really the only thing I don't like about Markiona is that I feel like there's not a lot of incentive to attack the puppet. Feels like you kind of just want to ignore it and just go for her, or at least both times I've killed her, that's what I did. Just basically completely ignored her. Is that a random drop, or did we just get extremely lucky, or is that a guaranteed drop? We just got 2 pieces of Silver Knight armor. But I like that fight a lot. I think it's tough. It has its issues. I think the camera can be a little bad in that fight sometimes. But I think that it does a very good job at communicating who is going to attack you with, like, when the string is blue, she's attacking. When the string is red, the puppet's attacking. When the string is yellow, they're doing, like, a joint thing, which I think is really cool. She has, like, doomed Yuri with Leia for some reason, which I think is really funny. When you kill her and she just starts, like... Yeah, the puppet is so fast and hard to track. So, like, it just becomes, like, why would I even bother attacking the puppet? It's so hard to follow where it is and what it's doing. And then when you actually kill... And, like, maybe if the puppet had less health. The puppet has a decent amount of health. And sure, it does make her more vulnerable, but it's not like the whole... It's not like a... I almost feel like it should have been maybe a Lothric and Lorien situation where, like, when you take out the arch puppet, that she would get, like, stunned in the sense that she's, like, on her knees, like, healing the puppet, similar to what Lorien does in that fight. I think it's Lorien is the one that heals and Lothric is the big one. I could be mistaken and misremembering. But instead, she does, like, one animation, which does let you get a couple hits in, and then she just keeps attacking you as normal. So, like, you still have to respect her, like, combos and moves and shit, even while the puppet is getting back up. So, like, it's not like you just get free damage on her. So I just found it was way easier to just ignore the puppet. But I think the fight's really good. But I think all the main bosses in the DLC are incredible. I don't know. Markiona is either the second or the third hardest. I think that The middle two spots are really close with her and the second major boss, and then I think the third major boss is the easiest, and the fourth major boss, which is the final one, is definitely the hardest. But also I think probably the most fun of all of them. And maybe probably my new favorite fight in Lies of P. And up there as competing for my favorite Souls-like boss fight with beasts like Mesmer. So take of that what you will. But I think that fight's cool. Also, the claws you get from her boss soul are some of my favorite weapons in the game. It's super. They're so fun. I really, really dig the claws. What were we doing? Is there like a... Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. Maybe we're going... I don't know where I'm going, to be honest with you. I kind of don't remember where I'm going. Wait, no, but this is where we started, right? Yeah. Yeah, the alligator boss is cool, but he definitely has camera issues. He's very Golden Hippo-esque, I think. Feels very akin to the Golden Hippo to me. Where are we supposed to go? I'm kind of confused. Was that the whole... was that all of this area? Or am I forgetting? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing... I thought this was where we're supposed to go. Or do we have to go through the dungeon now? The Irithil dungeon. I don't remember... I thought this was a mandatory area, but maybe I'm lost? But I agree with you. The alligator is fine. I think the zoo is a really cool area with a lot of really tough enemies. Especially the area right before the crocodile. Where you have, like, the giant monkey and the giant kangaroo and the monkeys throwing stones at you and the Sonic the Hedgehog kangaroos. Oh, wait, did we go down here? Oh, we never went in here because I wanted to turn around. And this is... Now we're in we are in Anor Londo. That was Anor Londo because this is the... Isn't this where you fight Gwyn? Isn't Gwyn behind this? Or not... Yeah. Or, sorry, Gwendolyn? Isn't Gwendolyn behind this statue in Dark Souls 1? Also, I think this is my first time playing Dark Souls 3 relatively quickly after playing Dark Souls 1. Because when I played it for the first time, I hadn't played Dark Souls 1, so I had no point of reference for Anor Londo. Oh, hit the wall? I didn't even think about hitting the fake wall where Gwendolyn was. I can try it. Go up hitting a wall. Illusory wall. Visions of Gwendolyn. I remember this room. Brass armor. Oh, this is the set from Dark Souls 1. Where is it? Brass. It's too heavy. But this is the lady, the firekeeper from the area. Didn't I use this set with the mask? In Dark Souls 1? Isn't that what the set we used was? By the end of the game? I'm trying to remember. It looks way more yellow in this game than it does in Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 1, I think it's closer to more of a brass color and like it's more of a goldish color. Where are my gloves? Here. Where are my pads? There they are. I love that set. But I like the alligator, and I really like the zoo as an area. I think it's a really unique and inventive area for a Souls a Souls-like area to be. I think the zoo's awesome. Yeah, I'm sort of in the opposite of you. I've been playing a lot of Lies of P because I'm close to platinuming it. I think I've decided, and if you watch back the VOD, you'll see this. I think I'm planning to make Plat 50 Lies of P instead of Night Rain. Because one, I've not been having a ton of fun with Night Rain over the last couple days. Just sort of on account of like I've been enjoying being able to take Liza P at my own pace, whereas like Night Rain necessitates you being go all the time, and I've not been in the headspace for that. And two, both of the trophies I have left for Night Rain are so RNG dependent because I've done like 5, 6, 7 runs this week of Night Rain, and I've not seen Sentient Pest still. And then on top of that, I did a run this morning with Iron Eye, and we got to like level 14 or so, and I saw one purple weapon drop the whole run. And it's just like it feels so out of my control and so random. And that's part of why the game is fun, because I like the random aspect of roguelikes. But I'm trying to like in trying to get to the 50th platinum and making something significant out of it, I feel like to me personally, some of the emotional significance of it, I lose on account of it being so random. Whereas Liza P is completely in my control. It just involves beating some boss, like beating one of the harder bosses in the game on New Game Plus is the only thing I have to do to get the last trophy. And it feels like something that's in my control, and also like tying like so much of the plot of Liza P has been resonating with me personally over the last like month or so, and like what my life has been resonating with me coming back to that game, and so it feels right and significant to be 50. Not that I don't want a platinum Night Rain, but it doesn't feel like it's right to be 50, if that makes sense. Anyways, holy shit, we're in Anne Orlando. It's Anne Orlando. I think we have enough to level.
Welcome home, speak thine heart. Very
Got your
well
Guardian
done,
run
take nourishment
last night. Thanks,
from
Augur, for being your punching bag. I mean, if he's good for anything, it's certainly being a punching bag, that's for sure. I did my Guardian run. It was my first run against Libra. I did it solo. I have no clue how I won that run. And I had a Wending Grace left over too. I genuinely have no clue how I played so well on that run. I think part of it came down to I got Mohg's spear, the legendary weapon, Mohg's spear. And it hits like a train and does so much bloodlust buildup. But I haven't really been playing Night Rain. But I do want to play Night Rain soon because I want to fight and I want to beat Adele. But unfortunately, the timing of it is really inconvenient because from what I understand, Adele, the hard version of Adele is a limited time thing, at least for now. I think it's going from today until the 26th, I think. And so I need to beat him this week, basically, in 1 week. Which is not hard. Like, I'm sure I could get on a run with randoms that would be fine and we could beat him. But, like, when I also need to... When I might be potentially going out of town for the weekend, and also I need to study for my final exam of the semester, and also I want to play Lies of P, and also I need to stream Dark Souls 3... It being a limited time event and not something that's going to be there forever so that I can come back in like a week and a half, which would be like better timing for me, you know, is kind of annoying. But I do want to beat him, of course. I'm sure I'll find time. But it just so much depends on like what my schedule ends up looking like, and I don't know what it's going to look like or how busy I'm going to be. And then, like, how bad the anxiety is going to be, and the anxiety does not mix well with Night Rain for me, so, you know. It's just an unfortunate time for the Adele thing to be out. I wish it was, like, last week. Last week would have been a perfect time for it. And by that, I mean it would have been, I guess, well, yeah, pre-third, back when, I guess then it would have been Liza P time, so maybe it wouldn't have been a perfect time for it. I don't know. No! Oh. Friend ahead. Poor guy. I love him. I also have no idea how hard the new Adele fight is. I haven't really heard people's opinion on it. Um, I've seen a video in my recommended feed of somebody soloing it with Raider, but that's all I've seen. So I don't know if he has like new moves. I assume he has new moves and shit. I have no idea though. Or if it's just like, oh, he's got more health and does more damage, which I hope is not what they do. I imagine FromSoft would not do something that boring with it. Okay, let's go the other way so we can kill these guys. Yeah, willing to play. Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I would be super down to play with you. The issue is I just don't know if I'll be in town on Saturday, because like it's my only opportunity. Like this weekend is my only opportunity to do that, and I really want to do it. There's a world where maybe I might leave tomorrow. I need to make plans. I'm sort of thinking out loud of my plans right now. There's a world where I leave tomorrow and then come back maybe like Sunday afternoon or something. I don't know if you'd be free then either, because I know really the only times our schedules line up due to time differences is on the weekends. But that's sort of where I'm at, is that I just don't know what to do about it. But worst case scenario, I can find time. I'll just stop playing Lies of P. He starts in phase 2 and now has a phase 3. From what you've seen, he's insanely hard. Oh boy. That is both great news and bad news. Alright, well, we're at Aldrich already. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah. There's a horrific monstrosity up there on the roof. Mine's taken him up to the roof. But I think we can pull the lever without... Push the lever. Push the lever, Kronk! I think this guy inflicts, like, Death Blight, doesn't he? Or, I guess it's Curse in this game. I'm sorry, I'm so Elden Ring pilled. I kid you not, I was so close to saying Elden Ping Rilled. I'm so close to saying, I almost said it. I had to acknowledge that I was going to say it. I was extraordinarily close to saying that. Would have been really funny if it had come out naturally like that. Okay, that was surprisingly painless to kill that guy. Insanely hard. That's scary. I already think Gaping Maw is one of the harder ones, personally. I wonder how weak he is to poison still. Because I think that's really the difference maker with normal Adele. Is that if you have poison, he's kind of baby easy, and if you don't, he's really difficult. Him and Dark Drift Knight are kind of similar in that way, in that Dark Drift Knight is really easy if you have lightning, and then really hard if you don't. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. You get a unique currency for beating hard mode Gaping Maw, which lets you buy unique rewards, including the ability to buy shifting earth events. God damn you, FromSoft. Okay, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick, and then we're going to kill Aldrich, and then I may end stream after we kill Aldrich. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm back. It's me. Okay. Let me bring this here. Let me switch us to the video game. Let me turn the game audio back on. Welcome back, chat. To keep the discussion about Night, I think I have enough for a level. Keep the discussion about Night Rain going a little bit. There's also the chance that like I may just, due to my own like timing and real life stuff, I just gotta miss out on Adele and pick back up with whatever the next hard mode boss is gonna be. My assumption is that they're gonna cycle them for a while, and then eventually they're probably just all gonna be available. Hopefully, that or they're just gonna cycle them forever, which is a little sad if so. But I don't want to let the FOMO control me necessarily, you know. Anyways, back to Anna Orlando. Anna Orlando. But I do at least want to try beating him. But we'll see if I'm in the right headspace for it this week. We shall see. We shall see. Now, this is not the worst run back of all time, but not the best. It is certainly akin to the original run back in this room, though. Not as long, at least. About the same amount of obnoxious enemies to run away from, but at least it doesn't take 20 years. Do we get a cutscene for Aldrich? I don't remember. But there are no cutscenes in this game. Now, Aldrich is one of the bosses of all time. Okay, maybe we should be unlocked for Aldrich? I don't know. But being unlocked feels bad. It makes it harder to hit him. I believe Aldrich is a him. I could be mistaken, though. Because I feel like I remember people tend to mistake Aldrich as a... Oh, no. Okay. Now, do I remember how to avoid this? That's a great question. Because I feel like isn't it like people mistake Aldrich as a woman because of Gwendolyn's corpse on his head? Although Gwendolyn is also not a woman. Unless they want to be, in which case, pop off Gwendolyn. Women can do anything? Okay, well. Okay, I thought I could outspace that. Oh, that pillar's not blocking anything? That's cool. Dude, come on, man. Aldrich, I'm stuck on a pillar. Uh-huh. This fight is something, alright. Come on. We just need like one more, maybe? One more hit? Did he just heal? I didn't even know he could do that. Alright, first try Aldrich. Wasn't clean, but... You find Aldrich really easy when it took you like 6 hours in your blind playthrough. I don't even remember how long Aldrich took me in my blind playthrough. It wasn't 6 hours, but it was probably like an hour or so. He's not so bad. And if I'm... Is this a... no, this is not a dead end, right? There's still this stuff up there. There might still be a dead end. Let's go up there. Right, let's rest at the bonfire real quick. But I think Aldrich is a dead end. I think each of the... Well, I guess not. I was about to say each of the Lord Souls are a dead end, but we already obviously Abyss Watchers isn't a dead end. We do have the Irithyll Dungeon. I think Irithyll Dungeon leads to Yorm? And then after them, after you kill Aldrich and Yorm, you go back to the other area and you fight Dancer, which then leads you to Lothric and Lorien, right? So this should be a dead end here in Orlando. Let me just make sure there's no... I keep pronouncing it like that because I like start saying Anal Lando and trying to commit to that, and then I can't bring myself to do it. So then I say Ain Orlando, and it's just a worst of both worlds, really. You think Guinevere's here? Oh, no gorgeous view ahead. Okay, that's kind of funny. The Sun Princess ring, just for me because I'm a little Sun Princess. Gradually restores HP. I wonder if that's a good one in this game or not. I don't think so, though. Tends to not be very good in these games. On account of it healing like 2 HP a minute. Aldrich! And once we level up, we'll rank Aldrich before I forget. And did he really have to like... Also, this is just like Asmongold room. Yorm does get a cutscene, but only if you follow Onion Bro. I think I feel like I've already messed up Sigurd's quest somewhere, because he wasn't in the... Where is it? He wasn't in the area near the Distant Manor. He wasn't there. Because he's supposed to be there where the Estus Soup is. So I think I missed a step already. But I don't know what step I missed. But also, last time I played this game, I tried to do Sigurd's questline, and then for some reason, it just, like, the last step didn't work. And I was upset about it. More stamina, please. Thank you. Okay, let's rank Aldrich. Let us rank Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods. Let's see here. Is Aldrich bad or not great? Is the question for me. I think not great. I don't know. Because in my conception, he's better than Fool's Idol or Storm King or Maiden Estrella. Or maybe like Nita. I think he's on par with someone like Gwendolyn, which is sort of funny. In a twisted sort of way. Yeah, I think better than something like Royal Rat Authority or Ancient Dragon. I don't think Aldrich is quite that bad. But definitely not average level good. I would say similar to Moonlight Butterfly or Gwendolyn. Should Nito really be down here? I don't care. I'm biased against Nito. He can stay down there. I don't care. I hate that guy. To get his armor from Patches and give it to him. Oh, where is Is Patches in Firelink already? I don't even know if you have to find Patches first and then he shows up in Firelink. Or is Patches just up here right now? No, Patches isn't here. This is where Patches is supposed to be, right? I don't even remember how you find Patches. Because I think that's where Patches is supposed to be, right? Is that corner over there? It's crazy how they decided that every Great Hammer in this game should make it so that you can't see. I think that's a really awesome decision that From Software made. Let's see, which one of these is Aldrich? This one is Aldrich. Alright. Leaves 2 Lord Souls left. So I guess, is Aldrich the halfway point? That doesn't sound right. But I guess it's... What? I mean, there's not that much left, right? It's... Yorm, Dancer, Lothric and Lorien, Soul of Cinder. I guess, and also Dragon Slaver armor for required bosses. So yeah, I guess we're about halfway through. Or maybe Dancer is the halfway mark. Somewhere around there. Not counting the DLC. It's gonna be my first time fighting Midir. Oh boy. Okay, well I think, what I think is that I'm tired. And I've talked way too much. And I wanted this stream to be like 4 hours total, and now it's 2 hours and 47 minutes. In my defense, I kind of destroyed my voice, and also the stream broke, and it made me sad. What did I just change? Thank you. Usually do the opposite of what I do, which is Yorm first, then Aldrich. The decision was, my options were go fight Aldrich first or do Irithyll Dungeon, and I didn't want to do Irithyll Dungeon because that area sucks. And that was kind of my thought process. I just did not want to deal with Irithyll Dungeon because that place sucks. And so I decided to put it off for later, and I guess now we're going to have to start next stream with it because I'm too tired. I'm not doing more stream. Unless, is there anything I can think of? I don't think so. Hopefully more Dark Souls 3 soon. I gotta decide some stuff. And then, after that, Expedition 33, which is my motivation to get through Dark Souls 3, because I'm not super in the mood to play DS3, but I really, really want to get to Expedition 33. Especially since YouTube keeps recommending me videos with, like, from a guy with, like, 2 subscribers and, like, 100 views. That's just, like, Expedition 33, all parries, and then it's, like, the name of a boss. And I don't know the boss. I don't even remember what the boss names were, so it's not like I've gotten spoiled on anything, but it's annoying. But YouTube has been recommending me a lot of videos from channels with low subscriber counts and view counts lately. So, you know, maybe that means that if we start uploading again on the discussion channel, people will start watching the videos. But I'm not going to get my hopes up for that, so. I think I'm going to call it here, because I'm tired. I might go get food, actually. Although I don't know. I'm just hungry. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. Everything's been breaking on me today, including my streaming software, so we shall see. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you joined in for the last stretch of the stream. I hope if you end up watching the VOD, I hope you enjoy the 30-minute philosophy rant that I did while going through Irithyll. Not a joke. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out. Be good to yourselves. Finally had the Zaxby's cheese bites. What did you think? I don't know when the last time I've had a cheese bites is from Zaxby's. It's been over a year for sure. Because I'm not in the States where Zaxby's is, and the last time I was in the States, I went to Zaxby's twice, and I didn't get the cheese bites. I could kill for some Zaxby's, though, dude. This shit sounds so good. What did you think of the cheese bites? This is more important than ending the stream. They were very, very good. They're good. The cheese bites are good. Zaxby's goes hard, man. I'm a Zaxby's head for sure. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. What would the average chat member order from Zaxby's? It all loops back to Zaxby's. I don't even know when the last stream we mentioned Zaxby's was. It's been a long ass time. Probably maybe the Silent Hill 2 finale streams? Or maybe the Monster Hunter streams? It's been a hot minute. Maybe we made a joke about it in the first Xenoblade one. I don't know if Misfit did that. He might have. Anyways, Dark Souls 3 is going to be soon. Xenoblade should hopefully be back starting next month. I seriously, seriously hope. Should be back starting next month. And hopefully we'll be actually consistent this time. Pray for me, chat. Dark Souls 3 more soon. Exorcism 33 after. There's also a very real chance that there will be a Lies of P stream in the near future, getting the platinum and hitting plat number 50. So, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Stay hydrated, be good to yourselves, and don't you dare go hollow.